Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 5 of my Improving Australian Football Manager 2015 story. And today I thought I might as well show you the table. I would say how it's looking after 5 games, but we're going to play our 5th one in the league here today. But all the other teams, apart from Wellington, Phoenix, who we are facing, see, here we have a midweek game. They aren't so regular in the English leagues or like the English leagues or in Europe. But yeah, we do play them sometimes if there's opportunity for that, depending on fixtures and all that kind of stuff, But most of the time it's just one game a week. Like, for example, then you can see, one game a week, like every 7 days or so as we push on. Because, again, there's not as much games in the season. Which will hopefully, I mentioned already, it will be a good thing. But also, not just how we're performing in the league, but the players. Guilherme Finkler, he's just on the next level. That first touch at this level A-League, like when you watch him play in real life, you can notice a much greater difference in terms of that, like on the ball, dribbling 14 as well, technique 15, but really the first touch 17 does really stand out. Probably one of the highest attributes for a player in this league. Really, he's fantastic at 29 as well, has experience and not really at the stage where he'll be declining as of yet anyway. Very creative. He doesn't score a whole lot of goals. He's more of the creator. You see that in real life as well. A very good Brazilian creative player. That's, and he can play a lot of positions in midfield as well, even striker if desperately needed to. Connor Payne as well, his impact. Mark Milligan and Brad Smith. Brad Smith was on loan. He's been really, really good, and most clean sheets for Nathan Coe at the same time. So we've been scoring a lot of goals, but we've been conceding none. We haven't conceded any goals. How long can we go without conceding? That's what I want to know. So leave your thoughts. Who's been the best player so far? For me, I can't go past Guilherme Finkler. Like, he is the highest average rating, so it's an easy one to go for. Maybe you could say Connor Payne with the goals, but Finkler just dominates the midfield. He's the playmaker, so he just creates everything that we start. But Connor Payne's not too far behind, but it just shows you how much we're dominating right now. The whole team is doing well. Barish has been okay. I would want him to get more goals, but goals are coming through other players, so you can't really complain about that. And yeah, Kalfala's going to play one more game, or at least, I want to be starting him here to get match fitness back, because he could be a really important player. Like, he's not slow as well for a 32-year-old. He's got 15 pace. Like, if that was one higher on 16, I would be focusing on that really, really a lot, because it'll be like a yellow attribute. And he's got like a lot of 12s, 13s, 14s. So yeah, he's still a quality player. But at 32, could be declining. Hasn't showed signs of that yet, though. So we're going to see. We'll push on here against Wellington Phoenix. Just want to see the next game as well. Yeah, the next game is only 3 days later, so we've got to be mindful of that. And again, it's another huge game against Sydney FC, kind of rivals there for you. For you guys that don't know, we'll go to the club and show you the official rivals. Of course, Melbourne City is an easy one to know, but kind of bigger rivals. Where are we? Go general. And the rivalries, fierce rivals. It's almost bigger. There's just the derbies, Melbourne Derby. But the big rivals is Sydney FC, because Melbourne City used to be Melbourne Heart, as you know, as I've said previously. And see, Archie Thompson, you know how I say he's a legend all the time? He actually is a legend. It's in the stats there. Well, not the stats, just in the history. So, yeah, he's there. And also some icons. Kevin Muscat, who was actually the manager who I replaced. He played for us as well. And he played in Europe, as he played in the Premier League, that kind of stuff, played in England, if you may remember him, played for Millwall, even played for Rangers, played for Wolves. So, yeah, I'm sure some of you guys from UK, maybe some of you older guys may have remembered him or may remember him. Danny Allsop as well. He had a spell in England, didn't he, as well, for Hull, as well. So Hull's popular team. Notts Co as well, so a couple in the lower leagues. He actually played one game in the Premier League for Man City, when Man City were not as rich as they are now. So you'll see that. And Carlos Hernandez, he was a superstar for us. It's disappointing that he left. Was attacking midfielder, scored a lot of goals, especially long goals from free kicks as well. Was a super player. You can see that in his free kick taking 18 and strength is 16. So yeah, he's a pretty good player, and I think his weight is really generous. I think a lot of his strength comes from, you might say he's a little bit overweight if you've seen him in real life, but he's a footballer, and people usually call them that, have never played a professional game in their life, so it's like, you try and insult him, but yeah, he's made it to the level that people want to be, you know. Maybe not playing in the A-League is the highest level, but you know what I mean. But yeah, Sydney FC is the fierce rivals. So we got to... This is a huge game. Always they're pumped up, Sydney FC game. So we've got to be mindful of that one at the same time. But we will go in and see already. I hope in the future I'll be able to do this. Obviously, it wouldn't be popular as a series with a really big European team like a Man United or any other, like I'm doing AC Milan as well. It wouldn't be as popular at that, but I'll really enjoy this more, and you'll see that through the videos, and maybe that will be more enjoyable anyway. And then, yeah, may in the future get more views. And here they're playing a player who doesn't even exist, Cameron Crisp. But he's pretty decently rated. Well, he's not He's not terrible for this level. If things go his way, he may score. I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy that they're not playing someone else. And they're not playing McGlinchey. Michael McGlinchey, I suppose, is injured. So they're forced to play Michael McGlinchey, an injured player on the bench. So they're obviously having some problems. Is it squad registration problems, or they just have a really small squad? Okay. There's some injury problems. Oh, it's international problems. I told you, yeah? Because it's the New Zealand national team. And half their players is good enough to play for the New Zealand national team. Because New Zealand isn't that good. So that's a problem for them. Oh, they're doing okay so far, but look how many players they're missing. It's not really their fault. Again, if this was me, I'd be so mad. How would you feel? Just say if this was my save, Wellington Phoenix, and I was going to the next game with all these players missing, and probably their best player is injured at the same time. Rolly Bonavacia, who I think is a quality player, should be rated even a bit better. I'll show you a bit more of him. Went off him too quick. He's definitely one of their best players. Dutch, still pretty young, 23. So yeah, and I like talking about the league as well. And also, Tyler Boyd, I would say he's an okay talent. I think he's moved to Europe in real life. He's a decent player. He's quick. His finishing's not that great, but dribbling type. But he's got good potential. So definitely he's a talented kid. And I suppose the only downside for him, the only negative for him, he looks a little bit like Justin Bieber now. But anyway... Yeah, but yeah, either way, I like going in depth to these things, especially because I'm doing A-League now. I like talking about the teams and everything like that. I probably do have a bit more knowledge about it. So if you do enjoy that, yeah, drop your feedback in the comments. But it's something I'm natural to do. Like, it's natural for me to do because it's what I like to do. And again, see, all these players, nah. So we should win easy here. I almost should have rethought it and put some lesser players in, but... because that game 3 days later against Sydney, yeah, it's too late now, I suppose, but, well, one player's nervous. Lee Broxham is that nervous. We'll just go assertively, have faith in you to make a difference. Yeah, we'll go with that. That seems to get, yeah, happy reaction, put him in a good mood, but we should really kill this team. They got a few good players starting. Who are we? Nathan Burns, good talent. Vince Leah, and that's about it. Albert? Is that Albert Riera? Yeah, Albert Riera, he's average Spanish player, but yeah, nothing really too special, you know. I think that's it. The rest, Manny Muscat as well, Sigmund. But yeah, apart from that, kind of created players. I think Luis Italiano, that's his name. He's a real goalkeeper, but not that good anyway. So I'm disappointed we haven't scored yet. Come on, we've got to score from this piece of play. Milligan, come on. Smith, Milligan, come on. Come on, Georgievski. There we go. Good finish. Daniel Georgievski. He can score goals, you know, for a fullback. He gets in good positions. He scored a ripper last season. And you can notice something about our pitch. It looks, I don't know, it looks wider or something, like a lot more space. But either way, it probably suits us. So yeah, that's probably a good thing for our style of play. And now Finkler. Short pass to Payne, then Payne to Berisha, then Berisha and Payne. I don't even know who had that shot. There's so many players around there now. Payne. Yeah, around this area, there looks to be a lot of space. And we'll see if we can get through it. And now it's Payne. Oh, yeah, but this is really good football we're playing right now. But again, I don't want to get too excited against Wellington Phoenix, especially if they've got so many players missing. We should be winning this. Broxham! It's Delpierre, the centre-back! Is that first goal ever for Melbourne Victory? It is. Mathieu Delpierre, the French player. I was going to say French international, but he's never played a game for France. Lee Broxham outside of the box. So it was a decent effort. Well, it would have been amazing if Broxham could have put that home. But yeah, Delpierre finished the good work, and it's been a very good start. 2 defenders have scored so far. What would be the odds on that? You would get some good money for Georgievski and Delpierre to score in the first half. Talk about Delpierre a bit. I've kind of, not talked about him so much. He's 33, so he could be declining. But yeah, he's great in the air, and he showed that there with the goal. First goal for us. But yeah, up until now, he's just been very, very good defensively for us. His heading's a bit poor, but then he makes up for it with a jumping reach, so that's okay. He already jumps high enough, and he's 193 centimeters. So you add 193 centimeters, and then 17 jumping reach. That's crazy. Even if he does have 9 heading only, he'll still, take the chance to win the header. But we'll say passionately, it's been an okay performance. It's like, when you're a really good team, and you're winning, but it hasn't been your best game. Like, you don't feel you're playing the best, but you're still dominating the game. You're good then. Like, I don't even feel our team... We got some really good players, but I feel we can improve our team a lot. That's the thing, in terms of rotation. But again, you always have the salary cap to... You can say you can improve the team, but can you actually improve the team with the salary cap? That's what should be... That's what it is. Salary crap. It is. It needs to be bigger. That's why some teams will struggle. Especially when, players are ineligible, when there's no international break. So Wellington, I actually feel bad for them, because this is an easy game for us. And we could make it look even easier with another one here, Connor Payne. He does know how to inflict him. I'm going to use that pun all the time in this series for Connor Payne. But he's too good. Milligan, just look how much space he's in as well. Like, come on. Are you serious? That was too easy, man. And now we'll go to advanced tactics. And I just want to check something as well. So yeah, our stadium is Melbourne Rectangular Stadium, and that's known as Amy Park in real life. But sometimes we'll play at Etihad Stadium, like it's the same name as Manchester City Stadium, but it's another one in Melbourne. So either way. Yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes I'm not sure if that's features in the game though. 2 different stadiums. I'm gonna have to. I've never really realized that in FM15. I haven't really done a save with them yet, so I am not really sure if that is in effect. So now we're gonna make some changes. It's been a very good start. Well, we're getting towards the end, but we started really well in this game. Again, Finkler. He's just getting good rating without... Well, he hasn't scored. He hasn't scored, but still getting good ratings because his creative ability, and... We shall bring on... we'll bring on... Again, it will be a chance for Naboo, because he needs game time. That's what he needs. He needs match experience. He's got the potential in him. Another guy with potential to be a star. He did come on the scene a couple of years ago. Last season didn't play as much, I guess. Last season in real life, so it's hard, it doesn't show the stats because it's a season I'm playing now. Because obviously we're near the end. We're waiting for a new Football Manager game, and the season in real life already passed, but he didn't play much last season, but I guess that wasn't affected in his rating. It was affected in the previous season when he played 21 games, so we'll push him to the right. We'll bring Ben Kalfala through the middle. Anyone else need to come off? Maybe Milligan. Milligan will come off, and we'll bring on Carl Valeri. He's done an okay job so far, so we'll make those 2 changes. 72nd minute as well, due to make the changes, and Carl Valeri... I have faith in him, but both players coming on seem deep in thought, which is probably a reaction you get a lot when it's not good or bad. I don't even know if it's a good or bad. It's like the neutral. That's what I've learnt it to be anyway, because it's not a bad reaction. It doesn't light up for red for being bad or green for being good, so it's just neutral, Anyone else? Not really sure. Maybe just, Brad Smith, keep him fit, make sure he starts the next game. As the attacking players, we can afford to rotate a bit more, but, make sure Brad Smith be playing the next game, hopefully at a decent condition. Murnane will come on. Unfortunately, Galloway got that injury, didn't he? So, I think he's a better player than Murnane and more potential. Better player and more potential is always going to be a better option. But, Murnane is nice. He's a nice player. He's not terrible. I like him, so he'll get game time. I hope. If he doesn't get injuries as well. But again, it's a good performance. We'll push on some great ratings here, like Milligan, 8.7. He's came up and got an assist. But that's, pretty strong rating just from getting assist. He obviously did much more than that. He would have made challenges. Where are we? Milligan, key passes. He made some tackles in there. Broxham was disappointed with Broxham. Maybe he didn't need to do much at a ball-winning midfielder today. He was just sitting in midfield. Wellington didn't have the ball much, so yeah, he couldn't really do something amazing. But again, Berisha hasn't done too much, and you can't doubt him. Berisha's an amazing striker. So again, you go back to talk about the AC Milan stuff with Destro. Sometimes they're not going to do anything, and it's just because they're playing the role of their team. It doesn't mean they're a bad player. Most definitely, Berisha's a superstar. In real life, he can score heaps of goals in a season. So guys, now we're into the Sydney FC game. This is huge, away game as well. There's been some legendary goals scored in these kind of fixtures before. Melbourne Victory v Sydney FC. I mentioned at the start of this series some players that Melbourne Victory have produced. Robbie Cruz to be one. You probably have to YouTube it, but he scored a killer goal against Sydney FC in front of their fans as well. A long shot goal, if I remember as well. He was a talent. I love to bring Robbie Cruz back, but it's like highly unlikely for him to want to come back to the A-League. He's doing well in Europe, you know, so probably in this save, maybe if he's a bit older when he comes back. But yeah, I don't expect that unless the A-League grows and you can bring, yeah, they actually want to come back. One guy I definitely want to get, if it's possible, Tim Cahill. Where is he in this save? I just want to see. He would be amazing. I just need to type his name properly first. That would help. But yeah, he's at Shenhua, and he's actually doing really, really well for them in real life and in the save. Look at 25 goals for attacking midfielder. That's amazing. I don't know if he's playing striker or something, but he is a legend. 72 appearances for Australia, 35 goals scored. You know how good he was in the Premier League as well for Everton. Crucial player. But yeah, would love to get him back. His contract runs out. Definitely will be, yeah, definitely scout report at least. Definitely get scout report on him. So, yeah, that would be amazing if we were able to get him. He'll be on higher wages, but he would be the Australian market. How are you supposed to afford that much? Like 87K per week. I'm not even sure we have that in total. We wouldn't even have that in total. Have a quick look at the contracts, and you can see here the wages. Yeah, we wouldn't even be half of that. So, yeah, I don't even know. That wouldn't be possible, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing, you know. But you can see the current wages and everything like that. But we will have to go into the next game. Unfortunately, Daniel Georgievski, and again, we're missing him because playing for international team. That's the only frustrating, or I suppose, the really frustrating thing. Like salary cap and everything, that's the challenge. The salary cap to make this league a challenge, that's why it's there. But this is something annoying when you've already done all that stuff. You're missing players. You can deal when you're missing through injuries, but international is disappointing that there's no like international breaks, and that's just the way it is. But we're going to have to roll in. Like Jason Guerra, almost, yeah, I didn't realize he would have been missing through international because, yeah, Guerra wouldn't have let him play in the youth team, in the youth league. So it's because then he'll be a better condition, I suppose. But he's not even match fit, so he needs match fitness anyway. I suppose that's a positive. And yeah, definitely not the highest conditions. That's only disappointing. But we'll drop Ben Carvalho, and we'll bring in Barbarouses, I feel, to start. And that's really the only changes we can make. Maybe Valeri for... maybe Milligan. We'll drop Milligan back to ball in a midfielder, and Broxham will come onto the bench. Now, actually, he'll go out completely, and we'll just bring on Rashid Mahazi. Well, not to start. We'll bring in Carl Valeri there. So yeah, got a defender or centre back who can actually play left back and right back if needed. He's competent there, and then Mahazi can play centre mid. And Nabu can play striker out wide, and also Carvalho can play out wide, and even, you know, the cam position, center attacking midfield. So we'll go in. Who's going to be the legend to step up here? I'd like to think someone like a Barbarouses or Payne, a guy who's still on the younger scale at 24, Barbarouses, but Payne even younger, 21 now, just turned, improving nicely. Someone like that, like a young up-and-comer attacking player to score a goal. We'll see. We'll see. And someone like a Nicholas Ansell to have a very good defensive game. And even, yeah, Jason Guerra, it would be nice to see. And Brad Smith, even though he's not a permanent player for us, could be in the future. You know, his contract is running out. They're stacking the midfield here. They've got a good team, though. They've got Janko up front. He's he's someone to look out for. He's a dangerous player in the air. 196 centimeters is crazy. Very strong as well. But some of their midfielders are good, and some it's actually a really, really good midfield. The defense is a bit it's a bit skeptical, to be honest. Sebastian Ryle, to be fair, he's a cunt. But no, seriously, if you watch the A-League, you're from Australia, you would probably agree if you're not a Sydney FC supporter. Sasha Oganovsky, experienced defender. He's played around Europe and that kind of stuff before. Well, actually, has he played in Europe? Oh, he's played in Seong now. He's played in Asia. He's played in Asia. Wait, what league? Which is this? What league? Greece. So he has played. I'm not. Is that Panachaiki? Not sure. But anyway, he's from Greece. Well, he played in Greece. But yeah, spent a lot of time in Asia in his later years. But anyway, he played for Preston Lions when he was a bit younger. Alex Brosk, again, another guy who's been around. He's a good player, a good technical attribute, you know. Pace is okay. Milos Dimitrovic is a very good, again, he's a good technical player. He's one of their foreign players, can create. And yeah, great stuff. Peter Triantis is decent for Australian play, you know, but very weak in midfield to be the most central guy. That could be concerning. It's not very defensive, their midfield. It's stacked, but it's not defensive. Terry Antonis, a good up-and-comer. Only downside, again, his physical ability. Lacks in strength and quickness. Agility is 14, so kind of makes up for that. His contract running out in 2017, so you get scout report on him, but probably won't be a signing. But yeah, he's good creative. I would like to see how he goes in Europe. That technique is absolutely amazing. Definitely, most of the time, develops into 20, as he is 20, a youngster. And then Bernie Abini, who can actually play striker. Well, he's actually out of position here. He's playing as a wide midfielder, right midfield. He can play right wing, but in right midfield, there's nothing even there. He's out of position completely. And if you know FIFA, he's actually a beast in FIFA. He's just a pacey guy. I usually get him when I make an A-League team, in Ultimate Team. But yes, the other defenders I forgot to show you. Jacques Fati, I believe that's how you say his name. And yeah, he's okay. He's experienced international footballer. So he's actually really, really good looking at his attributes. Looks like a dangerous type to come up against. If you were a striker. Nikola Petkovic, rate him physical beast with his strength, and he's not slow either. And yeah, some solid attributes, so he's not too bad. I actually like him. He runs with the ball down the left and cuts inside for his preferred moves. And yeah, some of their players look really dangerous, and I'm actually thinking here if I should do some opposition instructions, but then at the same time, it's been working for us to not do that. We haven't conceded a goal in the league yet, so we'll go assertively. Maybe try something else here, because I've been doing that a lot. You got to change it up still, even though I like doing that, as I've said, you still got to change it up. I'll say passionately, I expect nothing but a win for this match, of course. Fierce rivals against Sydney FC. Come on, we had to do it. Now assertive, and I'll say I have faith in you, just to gain some confidence, like Nicholas Ansell has done, and some others here, Valeri and Connor Payne, and here basically strikers, which is Berisha. I have faith in you. Yeah, he listened passionately originally, so that's a game. This is a game where Berisha will have a huge one, you know, like. He'll step up against the team, and he's a very aggressive player in real life. He can like get yellow cards and stuff, sometimes a red card, which you wouldn't want. But yeah, he's that kind of player that gets in players' faces. That's just his personality. And sometimes it wins you games, really. And now Costa Barbarouses, he let it go, then he got it back. And Janjatovic saved it, and then Connor Payne, and then Berisha. Twice Berisha. No, he goes back to Connor Payne. I'm surprised he took another shot on it. Oh, entertaining start, though, in the first minute. I told you right away. Carl Valeri, unfortunately, has picked up a knock. He should be okay. Well, I hope he is anyway. But yeah, Sydney FC, I'm surprised by that, playing like the flat five in midfield instead of maybe, yeah, actually playing some wingers. Well, technically they are wingers, but yeah, more retreated, you know, but like three up front. Like striker, then, yeah, right wingers, left wingers. But yeah, no. But yeah, especially at home, I thought they would. Oh, mistake! Mistake, Ryle the cunt! Oh, what a game. You would have no idea if that was in real life, and I suppose it's in Sydney's home ground, so not, but if that was in our home ground, oh, the booing for Sebastian Ryle there. I wish that was the occasion. I would have booed him so bad. That was excellent. But Berisha came on to score, so there would have been a lot of cheering for him. But for Ryle to do that, oh man. it's more funny if you are Australian, you know the kind of player he is. But anyway, what a start to the game. This is just fitting. This feels like real life, how it's happening. Oh, the events that just happened. They're always, yeah, controversial events. Let's see. And Payne, he's killing Ryle at the minutes. He's doing really, really well. But Berisha, he scored. He took his goal well, but yeah, you give Berisha that kind of chance. It's like, are you dumb? You don't give Berisha that kind of chance. He'll make you pay every single time, and he does know how to score against Sydney FC as well. Now clear this. Oh, it's Brosk. Gary, I want to keep this clean sheet record for as long as we can. Barbarousis, you should have played that. Payne was in space. Now it's Brosk. Triantis. Now it's Yanko. See, they're lacking a bit of support, but they're working it out either way. Smith did really well. Could have been a big opportunity. Now Finkler, see that movement in midfield there? That's just class, and that's his first touch really being shown. Like, you don't see that too often, how a guy, yeah, he creates the space like that, but you'll see that with a guy like 17 first touch in a division like this. And now it's Costa Barbarousis. Now it's Jason Guerrier getting forward. He puts the ball into Valeri. He's got a knock. Finkler! He can't score, though. He can't score. Oh, my God. Who was that? Who's 7? That was Finkler. Yeah, I thought it was. He can't take chances. He's amazing at creating goals, but he doesn't score enough for his quality, really. He should score more goals. But it's a good game here. Oh, we probably deserve another, but yeah, it's not going to be easy to score goals unless the ones that are gifted to you. Oh, that was shocking, really. That was a chance for us. Oh, but you take them when you get them, really. We'll say don't get complacent here. Carl Valeri, 65%. I don't know whether... But we don't really have someone amazing to bring on, you know. That's the problem. Because, yeah, I dropped... what's his name? Yeah, Broxham. Yeah, we dropped Broxham out. But, yeah, we should be alright. We do have Mahazi. Might get a game. But I don't really rate him. And doesn't really have a future at the club. But you don't know if he impresses. You got to give players a chance, you know. They can impress you and shock you. And Brosk puts it in. Dalpierre defends it. Petkovic getting forward, and I'm scared here. I'm scared as Triantis. Ko makes a big save. No one can beat him. No one can beat him. He's up with a 7.5 rating here today. I know Jason Guerra's got a low condition, but we don't really have... We can bring on Adrian Leia, but he's not really a creative type. But what we can do is we change the fullback role to defend, and that will suit him a bit more because he's generally a central defender. He's not a guy that gets forward, so that will suit him playing a more defensive role. So we'll see how he goes there. Is he... Yeah, he's right-footed as well, so that suits him, I suppose. And he's got solid attributes. His aggression is 19, so he could probably be prone to getting cards, so good kind of time to bring him on where he probably won't get 2 yellows in this short space of time. And Carl Valeri, we could actually go defensive here with Rashid Mahazi. We could play with 2 defensive mids. We can drop this now. Mahazi will go down defensive mid, and Milligan will play defensive mid as well. What's his... He could play like a register or ball winning mid. We could keep him ball winning midfield, but put a defend. And then Mahazi, what's his best role? Anchorman. Yeah, we'll put him at... But yeah, that's... Is it really? Because he's only got 10 tackling and 9 marking. So maybe... How about halfback? He's got some decent mentals. We'll try that. We'll try halfback for Mahazi. But it's more about getting guys back. But halfback actually sits deep, doesn't he? Yeah. He's more deeper than Milligan. So that's what I really want at this point. Yeah, players to get back. How about... And we'll go on counter. We'll go on a counter style instead of standard. I'm very hesitant to change things because, yeah, how it's set up already is amazing. But we'll be more disciplined and... more direct because we're going to play a counterway, high tempo here when we counter, you know, and run at defense. I reckon run at defense, like we've got like Barbarousis and Payne. It suits it a lot, really. And then could drop Finkler as centre mid. Yeah, we could drop him down centre mid, but keep him as attacking mid for Finkler. You can still attack mid where oh no, you can't. I'll put him in advanced playmaker. He likes that role as well. He's probably better at it, as you see it improved there. So yeah, I'm happy with those changes. Just playing a bit more deeper, and I'm going to have to do this sometimes. You can't play the exact same way, because Sydney, they're going to go for it at home. They're going to go attacking a bit more, obviously. But if we can hold on, and... Oh, Antonis injured is huge. I showed you how good he is already. Raul picked up a yellow card, so it's been an okay start, you know, or been an okay game. We just got to finish it off. We've got to finish off the game here. They're going to be on. Will our changes work? We're getting more men back. Look at this. Oh, my God. Dimitrijevic. If we were going to get beaten, it would be like that, just from a long strike, from range. You just can't doubt that. It had some assist off Ko, I think. So, yeah, that's a bit unlucky. So we just have to revert to how we were playing, right? Because, yeah, we got to go back to it. Advanced playmaker. Yeah, Finkler, just put it back to the one it was, attacking midfield. So that wasn't good. See, that's why I'm hesitant sometimes to change things. Even though it may seem more defensive, we just somehow concede a goal like that. Like, I don't like to say this, but, like, the game somehow, like, it senses you're going more defensive, and it maybe wants them to create a chance or something. I don't really know, but it just feels wrong when you go more defensive, and they do actually score. But anyway, Milligan will go to the roaming playmaker. I want to win this. I'm disappointed, but of course we were going to concede. You can't go a whole season without conceding. And even Leia, we'll put him on support. We just have to play the way we were, you know. A bit disappointing. But, yeah, even my wingers stayed on attack. But, yeah, changing them to support wouldn't have changed that. That was just a wonder goal. So, it'd be disappointing to not win here. Oh, and we'll go back to standard. And then, again, we have to change all the other crap as well. So, but you want to play... No, you want to play a higher tempo later in the game. You don't want to, pass too short, that kind of stuff. You want to go trying to attack. So, we'll see. We'll see if there can be a late. But I won't be too disappointed if we pick up a point. We're still unbeaten. There's 4 minutes extra time, maybe? Oh, someone could score, maybe. I'm not sure. 50 seconds. It was just a bit more than 50. Or it could just be the last piece of action. Oh, Delpia, please don't make an error. And Milligan. So when you think about it, we haven't had the best of games here because we got a pretty lucky goal. We were gifted a goal. So that's something to keep in mind as well. This was Sydney's home game. It's always tough. It's always tough. But yeah, I would have liked to see us play better. We haven't had a great game. Maybe last chance, but nah. This is just going to be one of the highlights at the end of the game. It's been one of those games, you know, a general Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory game. Oh, we would have been on, and it was Connor Payne. He would have used his pace. But I guess we'll never know what happened in that situation. It's disappointing we dropped the points on that kind of long goal, and still Ko had a decent game. That's not good enough. We should have won that. But we should have played better. We didn't play that good in this game. Like, the only goal we had was for the error by... I'm still just laughing at it. The error by Sebastian Ryle. He had a 5.6. He had a horror game. He had an absolute mare. My God, that's good to see, I have to say. And anyone else who hates him, you would love to see that. And here, Carl Valeri has picked up a little injury, a gashed arm, 6 to 9 days, so nothing really major there in terms of injury. Milligan's brought into the Australian squad to replace Carl Valeri. So I hope that won't affect him. He'll miss the next game. I hope not. He's crucial for us. But yeah, we have to deal. Every team has to deal with that kind of stuff. But that should be it for this episode. Drop a like if you like to see some more of this series. And just leave your thoughts on it in general. I like seeing feedback, what you like, what you don't like, all that good stuff. But I'll see you guys next time.